Nobody's perfect, and that definitely goes for the Dokkan devs as well. So in this video, I want to go over 10 times that Dokkan had really bad fumbles and the devs really truly messed up. So without further ado, subscribe and let's get straight into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is obviously the 40th anniversary Dragon Ball team. Bro, this team was the biggest mess up I've ever seen, bro. Why would they take away heroes for this? But we all know they could have done so much better. They completely fumbled this 40th anniversary DB anniversary celebration. Make sure to support my channel by clicking the link at the top of the description. If you click that link, you'll basically get a legendary champion in Raid Shadow Legends called Elenaril, and you'll get 3 epics as you level up. So make sure to click that if you're interested in getting started. It supports me, it'll help you out a ton, and you can also use the code Desert Queen to get another free legendary to get you started. It's a huge bundled deal. It's going to be really good. So if you're interested in the game, make sure to go click that link. Everyone was so hyped for the panel units. They put aside the fact that the animations were kind of mid, and then boom, all of a sudden they release and you have 500k HP in the big 2025, bro. This was unacceptable. They messed up this super amazing opportunity for a very fun team, and now we're left very unsatisfied with this celebration. The next fumble I gotta talk about is that time that they dropped physical Kefla, right? Very old time. This was like many years ago. I'll probably put the year up on screen. And they needed to do a 300 Dragonstone compensation because it was a complete PR disaster, considering the rates were just mislabeled. So because of the false rates, they kind of had to apologize to the community and also give out a bunch of stones, and also had to, you know, keep their image up because this was like a major disaster for them and it really messed them up. So there was also this time that they released this Rose Goku banner, and on it was SSJ3 Broly, but they featured the wrong art. So because of that, players were compensated, I think, as many stones as they spent on the banner. I don't know if this was the same event or another event, but I think it must have been 300 stones. Regardless, there was another banner where something similar happened and people refunded almost all the stones they spent. There's a video of the Truth literally getting back like 2,000 stones, so make sure to go check that out, because that was a really insane time. I mean, it would be nice to have something like that. Imagine you just get completely shafted and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, sorry guys, we mislabeled something on the banner. Here's all of the stones you spent right back. And then it's like, okay, well, finally I get to try again, and I got shafted, but here I am, I get to try again. Wow, I am just saying the same thing over and over. What is wrong with me? Next fumble I want to talk about is Super Trunks. Super Trunks, we all know, we all hate him. Tech Super Trunks from 2023. I don't know, I think 2023 was the best and worst year somehow. And the only thing it did wrong was many of the units that released that year were heavily restricted. But other than that, the teams and synergy that year were so much fun. I feel like there was a lot to complain about when it came to limitations and weird team requirements. Besides that, 2023 did a lot for Dokkan and has changed the game, you know, a ton, because they kind of realized that you can't make a unit last long, especially if you put a requirement in the team for it, because then it's only going to be good on that one team. And they realized, okay, how about we don't do 6 units needed for an entrance animation, let's just do like 3 or 4, or maybe we could do 2, and then that's a really good way to balance a character. So instead of having like a whole team requirements, you know, it's much easier and much better design now for many of the units. I don't know if that's proper grammar, but you know what I mean. Now, another insane fumble, LR Least Gohan. I'm probably gonna pack a few of these together, but LR Least Gohan, SSJ3 Daima Vegeta, SSJ3 Vegeta Super Easy A, and even SSJ3 Broly. I don't know what it is with Dokkan and SSJ3, but they cannot make an SSJ3 card for some of these fan favorite units. I don't know why, but man, they do not like SSJ3 in the meta, I guess. All 3 of these units struggle horribly. Daima Vegeta is relatively recent and he's awful. SSJ3 Vegeta Super Easy, the STR one, he is basically Daima Vegeta, but with a different name and different appearance. He's almost identical in my opinion. They're pretty much like the same design. His damage reduction might be like slightly better, and he might be actually a little bit more useful than Daima Vegeta, but he's not really worth running, considering he'll probably still get you cooked. He's just a little bit better than Daima Vegeta. And then SSJ3 Broly, bro, we're losing stats. We're taking away our own stats. I mean, why would we ever want to take away our own stats at any point in the game's life cycle? This could be year 1 to year 10. I never want to lose my own stats. I'm never gonna like a unit that makes me lose my own stats. Guys, come on. SSJ3 Broly, bro, give this man a super easy A and make him gain stats. Stop making this guy lose stats, bro. We need to stop doing this. Just because Broly's strong and we need to balance his massive attack, we don't need to take away his stats. All right, come on. Another massive fumble from Dokkan was obviously not being able to change the active skill conditions. And man, this one sucks because for units that have terrible transformation conditions, bro, that curse is never leaving you. The only thing you can hope for is better events for you. Like that STR Vegito, LR EZA, basically all the Vegitos that have to transform from a base form into Vegito. Bro, you guys got cooked because this is like just really shameful. It really sucks. I mean, it's not a shame on the devs. It's just really unfortunate. It's just shameful for the unit because it's like, wow, I have this cool transformation, especially when I get an EZA. Maybe I can use it again. Oh, wait, I still have to wait 6 turns to transform. Oh, I still have to wait 5 turns. Man, I don't know. They got to figure this out. I thought when they were going to do Dokkan, you know, like revamp, like Dokkan 2.0, that maybe this would get changed, especially since they changed like so much of the rest of the game. But I don't know. I guess they didn't, which kind of sucks, but it's a big L. Hopefully eventually they come around and figure out the coding to it and make it happen, because I want to be transforming into Vegito a little bit sooner, and I want to be using these cool cards that you guys worked on so hard actually in fights. I know I already talked about a few units, but LR SSJ2 AGL Gohan is a little bit different situation wise. He was a good unit. He was not poorly designed. It was just poorly designed for the time. He was so much better when he got his EZA, and actually like basically got a rebirth from his EZA more than other cards would, and he finally got to shine the way he was always supposed to. But when he originally came out, the problem was you needed an android on the team to transform him, or I think it was like an artificial life form, something like that. He had a really terrible condition to transform into SSJ2, which was his like really crazy OP form. The good thing is they made his EZA incredible, and they made both parts of the EZA very good. So like both transformed and untransformed, he was very useful and could be used in most events. So I think that they did a great job resurrecting him, but it was a major fumble at the time, considering basically the only character that you could run on the team with him at all was like Android 16. And it was like an int SSR that wasn't all that good and wasn't all that easy to get either. Now obviously another massive missed opportunity is villains as a whole. Villains were pretty much awful. Like all villains teams were pretty much awful all the way up until 2024. And I'm saying up until 2024 because 2024 is when they started locking in, right? It's when we really had some good stuff. We also they started taking villains serious. We had like some really good pulls. The problem with villains up until 2024 was they would release them here and there, and they would just be like, okay, he's all right, but he has no team, so I'm never gonna run him or summon for him. Okay, so I'm just gonna put him away. And then it would be like back in the day, from anniversary like 1 to 4, I'd say, it was just like, okay, so villains came out, they're pretty cool, but why would I run a villains team when all of the heroes can be on the same team together and just be better and do everything better? There was like one time that villains were prevalent, and that was Buhan and AGL Rose and maybe STR Rose, because, you know, I feel like Tech VB, like the TUR was not very good, but we all know like that's just a drop in the bucket. That's not really like saying villains came out on top for all that long, but we gotta just admit, like, heroes, you know, the super types were just undefeated all the way up until 2023 basically. Like the only contestant was Buhan and Rose for a little bit. There wasn't really anything else besides that, and you can argue with me in the comments if you want. I just feel like villains didn't really get to shine all the way up until 2024, especially GT bosses was in the worst place ever, even in 2023 when GT was like a big thing and they were getting the celebrations and stuff. The 8th anniversary low-key should have been part 2 should have been villains, and then part 1 should have been what we had, but instead we got the Kai Goku and we got that Kid Gohan. Kid Gohan was a little bit disappointing. Kai Goku was really good, but I feel like they could have definitely just released an Omega and maybe an LR Kid Buu for part 2 of that anniversary. I mean, you can debate it in the comments, but that probably would have been way better, and then villains would have probably been on the map for the year because they would have released some units, possibly. Yeah, I mean, you never know how it could have unfolded, but all I know is everything was about super types. Another fumble, in my opinion, was how, you know, the 10th anniversary was really good, but also a lot of things kind of fell short in the 10th anniversary as well. Like, it was supposed to be this massive celebration, and they did really do a good job of giving stuff out to the players and celebrating. But my main issue is, like, why were the extra LRs so average? You know, like Evo Vegeta, Frieza and Goku, Gohan was all right at the time, but still already like being questioned, which is pretty bad because he had 20% damage reduction and guard. Frieza had the conditional damage reduction. Evo Vegeta was Evo Vegeta. Yeah, I mean, who else did we get? What was the other one? Oh, the GOAT, SSJ4 Goku. Okay, he was good. Bro, I just had to check. I completely forgot SSJ4 Goku was part of the fraudulent group, but he's not part of the fraudulent group because he's actually the GOAT. So just remove him. The other three were kind of mid, if we're being honest. All right, very underwhelming units, those three. So I feel like those were pretty big fumbles considering this was supposed to be like the massive celebration where we got 6 LRs. I feel like, also sorry for hitting my mic, but I don't know, it was just kind of like mid. Bro, they could have locked in, made those units a bit better, made Vegeta more interesting. Like, were they rushing or something? Like, I don't know. I mean, if you guys didn't have anything ready, it's okay. I understand, bro. I love you, Omatsu. You don't have to lie to me and say you made 6 LRs. You can just tell me you made 4 just like every other year, bro. But make them all good, man. You could have literally like removed 3 extra LRs, just given me 1 other good LR with SSJ4 Goku. I would have been happy, bro. I would have been fine. You know what? You want it to be ambitious. That's fine, bro. I appreciate that. This year, you can make it right. Make all 6 bangers, bro. Give me that Daima. Give me that everything, bro. I need everything. Anyways, honorable mention, Int Goku Black, the TUR that came out way back. Ass. He was just always ass. That was his problem. He was ass when he came out. His transformation was ass when he came out. The Easy Aid him. He was ass. Then his transformation, still ass. He was like used in like one event, maybe a year later. And it was because he fit the team and could be used in like a niche event. So yeah, I mean, screw that, bro. They could have done so much better with that Goku. That Goku Black, that was a genuine fumble. That Rose, such a missed opportunity. And then obviously number 1, I mean, like, biggest missed opportunity is no LR oiled up the truth in the game. I don't know what they're doing, man. What's taking so long, bro? You got to put that guy in the game. Make sure to support my channel by clicking the link at the top of the description. If you click that link, you'll basically get a legendary champion in Raid Shadow Legends called Elenaril, and you'll get 3 epics as you level up. So make sure to click that if you're interested in getting started. It supports me. It'll help you out a ton. And you can also use the code Desert Queen to get another free legendary to get you started. It's a huge bundle deal. It's going to be really good. So if you're interested in the game, make sure to go click that link. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.